Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of our little playthrough for Magic Duels. I'm gonna be doing the playthrough of the campaign mode for now. I just installed the game, I tried it out to do the configuration with the video recording software and whatnot, but I haven't played anything yet, so we have here 0 coins. I didn't start the campaign mode at all. So I have no idea what's ahead. I mean, I have idea what's ahead. I know what's the duels stories are of the planeswalkers and whatnot. But anyway, I'm hoping for some surprises, maybe some nice story bits. Maybe you already seen. If you didn't, spoiler alert, of course. There's gonna be full spoilers. I'm gonna do the playthrough of the game, and let's hit it. Let's see what's here. Story mode.
Magic is power. It has the capacity to create and destroy, manipulate and transform.
I'm gonna put an annotation, and if you want to skip this little intro, just click on it if you want to stay for the intros.
A home to countless mages. Yet for all their mastery over their craft, they are each bound to their own planes of reality, blind to the true vastness of the multiverse. But some mages are born with a potential for more. The spark, this gift, realized only upon facing a great ordeal. Once ignited, it allows the mage to travel between planes and draw from each plane's magic to reach heights of power otherwise impossible to achieve. They can begin their journey as a planeswalker.
Nice little intro there. And it looks like we'll start with the story of Gideon. So, you were Gideon, Laura. 13-year-old boy, kid from the slums. Okay, that's nice. So, I know the story. I went to the pre-release, it was a blast. And it looks like the first opponent here gives us 10 coins so that we can start buying some boosters and building some nice decks, and that should be fun. So you lead a small group of street thugs known as Gideon's Irregulars. Together you act as a force for justice and charity in the slums while raiding an Akron state for food. You draw the attention of the city guards. So it looks like we're gonna be fighting the city guards. Well, hit him hard, boys. So, if you're new here and don't know really what the videos will be about, I'll try to do them in a didactic way, try to give some tips and tricks for beginner players. So, for example, if you're playing the Magic Duels and you wish to start playing paper magic, or you want to get a bit better at your FNM tournaments, learn a few tips and tricks, this is just for you. If you're a Pro Tour player, super famous, awesome player, you have nothing to learn here if you want to watch it for entertainment reasons. Of course, I'm gonna be laying the basic terrain here for starters. Okay, so let's hit the road going. Looks like we're playing a white Winnie deck. So if you don't know the archetype, it's an aggressive deck which gets attacking out of the gates very early with small creatures, like we see here, 1 mana 2/1, and swarms the opponent with so many creatures that they don't have enough removal and enough blockers, and by the time they stabilize the board they are overwhelmed and they die. So you try to kill them in a very fast manner before they have time for anywhere else to implement a plan. So that's what we'll try to do here. We'll continue and go to the attack phase, because we should always have some mana open to attack, to bluff some tricks. Also sometimes we have the trick, so it's a good trick to remind us all to do it in a correct way. So yeah, we have creatures here, but you should be normally playing your creatures on main phase 2. After the combat tricks, everything, and now you put your creatures or whatever your main spell for the turn is on main phase 2, and then you pass the turn. So it looks like my opponent is playing some type of white deck here as well. I'm not sure if he's making some second color or not, or maybe it's like looks like a mirror match because he has the same creature like we do at the 2/2. Now this is great because I'm on 3 mana, so I can play 2 cards. What I'm gonna be doing here is I'm going to offer to trade my 3/1 for the 2/2. Maybe it's not ideal, but of course we're on all out attack. We already started doing some damage, so we're racing. If he wants to trade, that's great. We'll still get the other 2 damage and put 2 more creatures. So we need to keep putting pressure on our opponent. With this type of attack, I don't assume we are the control on this match, but I'll talk more about roles on each match later. Since this is the first video, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. You can also give me some feedback below on the level of information that I'm providing, if you think it's too much to view, if you would like me to go to more advanced strategies or more basic stuff. Let me know in the comment section and we can adapt that to the audience will. So it's very basic stuff here. 2 mana 2/2s, or bears, how we call them in Magic. Looks like he's playing some defense. 0/3. No, I'm not doing the overall super basic, like you tap a land, it gives you 1 mana. I'm assuming you played the game, you know what Magic is, and I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks for more advanced gameplay. I'm not gonna be teaching you how to play Magic. So this is, if you already know how to play Magic, maybe this can get you a bit better and at your FNMs, or maybe not, and you'll just laugh a bit and see some mistakes that I do on screen. Whatever, this gets for you. Okay, so back to the game. He has 2 blockers here. This will kill or nullify one of our creatures every turn. That's okay. This should trade with one of our creatures, and one of them, the third one, should still get in for another 2 damage. So we can go ahead and attack. So I'm gonna do that. I will attack with all and confirm attack. Opponent is tapped out, so no combat tricks from his side during my turn here. So we're gonna trade 1 creature, like we said, and we're gonna deal another 2 damage, so that's 14. One of our creatures is blocked by the little guard there. And now, the nice thing is that on our main phase 2, we get to play our little bird here, which can fly over that blocker for additional 2 damage. So that should be nice. We need to try to finish this off. I'm not sure what type of deck my opponent is playing, but yet it looks like, I don't know, similar to what I'm playing, but he has some blockers and whatnot. So we don't want him to stabilize, we want to finish this off as quick as possible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and attack with everything. He's gonna block one of my guys, he's gonna get damaged for 4. If no other tricks are played. I'm not even sure if these decks have combat tricks or anything, because this is the first battle. It's maybe like a tutorial, like very basic magic, very basic spells here. The cards don't even show their flavored text. I think that's on purpose, to make it as simple as possible. And then of course as we go on we will see better decks and more information. Now I'm gonna deploy both my creatures here, extending as much as possible to the board. This is not always the best strategy for playing against a control deck, and they have swipers like these spells that kill all the creatures. It might be a good idea to hold on 1 or 2 if you already have a bigger board presence, than committing every single card to the board and then your opponent plays a swiper and you pretty much lose the game. I don't think that's the case. He's playing white as well. Also, I don't think they would put that kind of complexity on a tutorial match like this. So I'm assuming we're supposed to overcommit, even though that's not what you would normally do on tournament magic or something like that. But for the case being, all attack. Put the creatures in play every turn, keep attacking, and you should be able to win with no ease. Looks like my opponent's creatures are 2/2s, so they always trade with my creatures no matter what, except for these blockers, which also don't do anything except block one of the creatures. The rest of the damage keeps passing through. So this is exactly what White Winnie wants to do. He can block 2 of them, but the other 2 still pass. And you put so many creatures that it gets overwhelmed, and later on, even if he puts a 5/5, a 6/6, it doesn't matter. He cannot block all of them with one creature, and he's overwhelmed. And by the time he stabilizes, it's already too late, and he ends up dying, which is what should happen next turn if he doesn't have a lot of more creatures and or combat tricks. Because as you can see, he has 2 blockers. I have 5 creatures, 3 of them pass, that's 6 damage, he's at 4, so that should be it. So let's try and see what he does, and if it is really as simple as it seems for our first combat. Confirm attack. He will declare blockers. We have the 6 damage passing through so far. 2, 4, and 6. And that should be it. Achievement unlocked. Frenzied. Whatever that means. And we win our first 10 coins, our lucky 10, for starting to build our boosters and doing all kind of funny things later on. Not building our boosters, buying our boosters, building our decks. Anyway, I'll leave it at there for the first episode. Just really laying the ground. Other episodes might include more than one battle, because some battles might be very short as this one. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below your feedback. What changes would you like to see? I'll be doing the playthrough. I'll be talking about some of the basic concepts of Magic. I'll teach you about deck types, archetypes, the difference between control decks, aggro decks, the strategies, the role in the plays, some tips and tricks, correct ways to tap your mana, how to play your mana order, basic stuff like that. That should be useful for beginners, not any news for more advanced players. Who knows, maybe you'll get a tip here and there that you might not have thought about or forgot, and it's always good to review it. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned, click the subscribe button if you want to check the next episodes and the rest of the playthrough, and have fun. Bye!